The Goose says, what would Bill Walsh do in this quarterback situation? Make this a quarterback competition or have Lance back up Jimmy?
Okay, this is what he would do. He would watch them both.
Mhm.
He wouldn't come in with a predetermined idea. He would watch them in training camp. And if Jimmy won out, Jimmy would win out. If the kid won out, the kid would win out. I think he would want to be pragmatic.
Yeah.
And if Jimmy wins out, which again I hope he does, he would insert Lance judiciously. I want to emphasize this. They do everything now on their tablets.
Yes.
But in the early 1980s, they didn't have tablets. They had these big loose leaf binders, and they were thick. And they were that cardinal red, whatever the Niners have.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was part of Joe Montana's hand. Whenever I saw Iggy, whenever he was walking around the facility or in training camp, he had that book. It was his Bible. And I'm sure that when he went home at night, he was reading that and studying that all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
He was not a diva.
No.
And, he even, apparently Bill Walsh didn't praise. Apparently he didn't praise people because when I would talk to Joe, he would say, I'm learning. I'm learning, and I had to learn how to go, look here and then look here. But he never said that Bill praised him for that. And then one time I was talking to Steve Young, and he said, Lowell, we would get these mimeograph sheets, and it would have the plays. And he said they were hot because remember mimeographs, they would be hot when they come out of that machine. He said, just come out, and they were hot. And Steve was like a writer. He's like a writer. Yeah. And all the details. And they had the smell, the mimeograph smell. Yeah. And he said, well, I would look at it and then we go to practice and do it. And Bill would never praise me. He would say, okay, let's move on to the next thing. And Steve was like,
that's the highest praise is let's move on.
Yeah. Could you say I did it good? And I'll tell you an interesting thing. When I wrote my book on Bill, because when he'd come back to Stanford in 1992, Stanford Athletics asked me as a Stanford graduate to talk a little about my Stanford experience. Okay.
Yes.
And because I was kind of well known. And so Bill said, let's all go in the coaching room, and all the coaching staff went in and I was there and they played it on a screen. Lowell talking about his Stanford experience. And Iggy, I did pretty good on it. I mean, I was at Stanford for 6 years. I did an MA and a PhD. I taught there. I really knew the school. It ended and Bill didn't even look or say a word to me. And I thought, oh, this is what Steve was talking about.
And we did that.
Yeah, it must be like, I'm guessing. He didn't say nice or anything. He just moved on.
I'm guessing Bill's dad didn't praise him. But it's about that simple.
That's simple.
About that simple.
Whereas I praise you all the time, and my dad used to praise me. I used to tell you as a little kid, he was born in 1988. What did I say?
That I was the one from 88.
You're the one from 88. You're the one from 88.
That's amazing. How did I get so lucky? That's amazing. There's so many kids more than me. Okay. Well, I believe it.
I used to say it all the time. And what's more, I believe it. You're the one from 88. And not only did Bill's father not praise him, Bill indicated that there may have been some hitting.
Yeah.